Okay, so we have a stretchy ball. I've got my other things around too, but we're not going to use any of those. I'm just going to use the squishy ball and then a stretchy band. And the stretchy band that I've chosen is a little bit more resistant, which will give us a little bit more support and a little bit more to play with when we do a couple of stretches that we're going to do, okay? As always, if you don't like that, then you just choose a different one and that's totally fine, okay? Um, and we're going to start down on the mat on our backs with the ball. Okay? Sounds like I'm playing a game of Clue. Stacy on the mat with the ball. I don't think I can kill anyone with that though, right? You guys are muted. Okay, let's get started. That's a great movie, by the way. The old Clue from what, like the 80s or the 90s? I can't remember when that was made, but Tim Curry and Eileen Brennan. That's such a great movie. Gosh, I think I'm going to watch that today. Okay, squishy ball down on the mat, all the way down. And let's actually just put it to the side for this moment and warm the parts up just a little bit. It is quite cold out today. I've already done a little bit of stretching, but let's make sure that we're all warmed up. Knees and feet are a little bit wider than the hips for this first part. And you can bring your feet as wide as you would like as you bring your knees to the right and to the left. And right. So this ends up being both a little bit of a warm up for the hips, a little bit of a stretch along the way, and also a bit of a massage through the back and the hips as well. So we'll just do this about 3 more times. Make sure you're breathing. One more each way. And then we're going to come back to the center, walk the feet in towards one another so they're quite close to one another. Grab the ball, right in between the thighs is where it's going to go. And you're just going to keep it there and bring the arms to the belly. Feet are just a comfortable placement apart. We're going to just squeeze the ball a bit and intertwine that squeeze with a nice deep breath. So as you inhale, you kind of release the squeeze, and as you exhale, you squeeze the ball. And I'm just going to keep my hands on my belly so I can feel the inhale and the expansion through the waist. And then the exhale, and you can kind of feel the muscles and the belly coming back in towards that smaller shape. A deep inhale, try and relax your jaw and your shoulders. And exhale. Okay, so keep going here. Give yourself like 4 or 5 more of these deep breaths. The other thing that you can think about as well in this beginning part, with your exhale, you can add a pelvic floor lift. The pelvic floor, the muscles that support your lowest internal organs. There's like 11, 12, 13 of them, somewhere around there. I always forget which one it is. But they naturally lift as you exhale. And they naturally drop and release as you inhale. A lot of us carry tension there as well. The release of these muscles is as important as the contraction. Okay? So the release is sometimes more of what we need. And for some of us, the contraction is sometimes more of what we need. Who knows sometimes which one that is, but the breath is a really nice time to just check in and create more of an awareness there. Let's just do one more of these. Yeah, good. And then you can just bring the knees apart so the ball is there but not particularly squeezed. Scoot your feet a little bit closer. Arms are going to come down a little bit wider than the hips. And we'll incorporate the breath, the squeeze, and a hip lift. So squeeze the ball, push down through the feet, and lift the hips. Nice long neck. Inhale, lower down. Again, see if you could find that release in the hips and the legs, and then the work really happens on the way up. See if you can make sure that your glutes are supporting this lift. So as you come up, push through the heels. See if you can find that glute contraction as well. Reach the knees away from you. The neck stays nice and long. And let's do 3 more here. Inhale down, exhale up. Two more. One more. And then come all the way back down. Okay, I'm going to take the ball out. We're going to walk our feet in a little bit closer, and you're going to shimmy the ball underneath your sacrum so it supports the whole sacrum. How do you know if it's in the right place? You shouldn't feel like you're overly arched or overly tucked. It should be in a place where you can keep yourself nice and long, okay? So adjust if you fall into a sinky position or an arched position. Arms are down by your sides. Let's start to bring one leg up at a time, and you're just gonna focus a little bit on keeping your hips as controlled as you can. And up, and down, and up. And as long as this is going well and you want a deeper leg stretch, you can maybe stretch one leg up at a time. You don't need to overstretch it, just to kind of wake up the fascia and the muscles in the back of the leg. Still taking those deep breaths along the way. You can point when you reach up for a couple, and then flex the foot. Woo, that's a deep stretch. And let's just do one more each way. Yes. And then come back to the center and just pause here for a second. Feet are down. Let's walk the feet a little bit closer together. Bring the left leg up into tabletop and hold. Make sure your knee is over your hip, closer to your belly button. And then bring the opposite leg up too, okay? So a lot of people get stuck with their knees kind of far away, and that really overworks the hip flexors straight away. So make sure your knees are in just a little bit, okay? Now we'll go down and tap, and then come back and return. Tap. My arms are nice and long. I'm just going to straighten the arms and put the fingertips down and lift the elbows up, just to create a little bit more energy through the arms rather than just resting them down. And as long as this is going well, we can play around with opposite arm, opposite leg. Oh, this is a little bit of brain activity. As one leg goes down, the other arm goes up. One down, one up. One down, one up. And up. And 4 more. And 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. 1. One more time. And then come back down with the legs. Relax through the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Okay, we're going to bring the arms down and the legs up one more time. Bring the right leg up this time. Make sure, again, the knee is a little bit closer to the belly button. And then the opposite leg. I'm going to bring the feet together and the knees a little bit wide. So I would say my knees are about as wide as my shoulders. Okay, the legs are going to stay. I'm going to bring one arm up to the ceiling and then back down. and the other arm up to the ceiling. And back down. Maybe both. And then back down. And up. And down. 2 more. One more time. Now put the arms down and pause. Bring your legs in a little bit and then back. In and then back. So the shape of my spine is changing just a little bit. It's coming into a very small little tuck. I don't want you to overdo that. Last 4. And 3. And 2. One more time. And come all the way down. Keep your hips centered. Bring your feet a little bit closer together. And then slowly start to straighten out your right leg. And just pause there for a minute. I think for some of you, this is a little bit, if you lean your left leg out to the left a little bit, you may get a stretch through your right flexor here. You kind of have to noodle around with where your legs are. For me, my right leg is a little bit wider than my right hip. And then my left knee is coming out to the left just a little bit. And that makes a nice stretch for the left through the right flexor. And then let's come back to where we started and we'll do the other leg. Slide the left leg out until it's straight. The foot kind of falls out to the left just a little bit. And then my right knee can come out to the side. And I'm feeling a stretch through my left flexor. So just take a breath there. Inhale, exhale. Okay, and then we'll come back to where we started. Hips will come up. You can shimmy your ball out and then relax the hips back down. Ball's going to come back to where we started. Let's build on this a little bit. Feet come back in. Let's give the ball just a little bit of a squeeze. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, squeeze the ball even a little bit more, okay? Inhale, come out. Let's just do 4 more like this. Exhale, push down through your feet a little bit so the backs of the legs, the muscles turn on a little bit. Inhale, come out a little bit, and then exhale, squeeze. 2 more. One more. Good. Now squeeze the ball just a bit and bring your hips up a third of the way off the ground to what you can normally lift. Keep your feet pushing down through the heels. In fact, if you want to lift the balls of the feet and the toes, go ahead and do that. Push with the right leg in towards the center. Left leg is going to stay still. Right leg goes in and out. In and out. It's not a huge movement. It's like a single leg pulse. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep the right leg there, and now the left leg goes in. And it's like a 1 leg pulse inward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come out now both legs. And I'm still keeping my hips just a little bit lifted for 8, 7, 6, push through the heels, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come back out. Lower the hips all the way down. Great. Grab the ball, take it out. The ball is going to come underneath the nape of the neck, not just the head, more to support the upper vertebra and the base of the skull. If your ball is just too big and this doesn't feel comfortable, just get it out of the way and use a towel or anything else that you have that you prefer, okay? Arms down by your side. So with the ball here, We're going to practice bringing the chin in toward the throat and looking right in between the thighs. And then looking just straight up. And again, chin in toward your throat. Let's add an exhale. And inhale, look back up. And exhale. 2 more. 1 more. And then look back up. Now bring the chin in toward the throat. Bring the right leg in, and you're going to hold on to your shin with both hands for our series of 5. The left leg will come out as the right leg comes in. This is the first exercise in the stomach series. See if you can keep your chin kind of pulled in towards your throat, and then switch the legs. The higher the leg goes when you extend it out, usually the less intense it is on your hip flexors. The lower you go, the harder it is for most people to stay connected to their abdominals. But, you know, maybe that's not you. So just notice how high your leg is when you extend it out. P.S. This is definitely a stretch. When you pull the leg in, make sure you're giving it a really good stretch. Abdominals are working the whole time. 3 more. And 2. 1 more. Both legs come in. Feet together, knees slightly wide. Hands to shins. Arms up, legs out. And then come back. See if you can squeeze your heels together. It's hard for me to remember to keep my chin in toward my throat. See if you can keep redirecting your head in that direction. Last 3. And 2. 1 more time. And then come all the way in. Relax the jaw for a minute. Let's bring one leg up. Grab on as high as you can as you scissor the opposite leg out. Again, chin in toward the throat and switch. And switch. And switch. Let's point the feet and then flex the feet. And flex. 1 more set. Point, point, flex, and flex. Woo! Bend the knees, come all the way down. I'm going to take the ball out from where it is, and I'm giving the ball right to my ankles. Ball's going to stay right there. I'm going to just tuck my hands underneath my low back, the sacrum. You can keep your arms also right by your sides for this. Legs are going to come up straight as you can. If you need to bend them, that's fine. Lower a little bit and then squeeze the ball and come back up. Inhale down. 6 more. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Bend your knees, take your hands out. Keep the knees bent and bring the hands behind the head. Take a nice deep breath. Bring your knees over your belly button. Exhale, curl up. Inhale down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale down. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time. All the way down. Okay, take the ball out. Let's put the ball to the side just for now. Feet can come nice and wide. And I'm just going to do a few hip lifts here just to lengthen out through the front of the body. Try to keep your feet a little wider, maybe as wide as your shoulders or a bit wider than that. And then try and keep your knees as wide as your feet. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And come all the way down. Keeping your knees and your feet this wide. Let's come back to that first move we did. Knees right. And then through the center, knees left. And through the center, knees right. And left. 1 more each way. And we're going to come back to the center. And I'm going to grab my medium resistance stretchy band here. So like I said, this is just going to give us more to work with. Also, the medium or the heavy resistance, it doesn't get all, it's easier to keep it flat, I guess. I'm going to bring my left foot up. And then as you can see, I'm bringing the band around the front half of the foot. So it's on my toes, the ball of the foot, and the arch. And then I'm going to walk my hands up quite a bit so I can use the resistance of the band. Okay? So first, I'm just going to point the foot, and the toes are going to push the band away. When I flex the foot, I'm going to pull the elbows right down by my sides, just outside of my ribs. Extend the leg, point the foot. Flex the foot, pull the elbows down. Add a breath in there. I know some of you, this foot stretch is probably really valuable. This is really great for mobility in through the ankle as well. Point and flex. Get your toes involved. Really push the band away as you point and extend your arms. And then flex the foot, elbows come down. Let's just do 1 more. Point and flex. Now bring the arms up about halfway. Extend your left arm and pull only your right elbow down. The foot is sort of sickling to the right. Come back to the center. Extend the right arm. Let the foot come over to the left. And right. Elbow down, left arm straight, right arm straight, left elbow down. The foot is pronating and supinating, or the ankle is, I guess. And 1 more each way. And then come back to the center. And we're just going to immediately switch to the other foot. So again, make sure that the toes are on the band, and the ball of the foot, and then like part of your arch. Okay? Arms are straight. Adjust if you need to. Long neck. Point the foot. Straighten the arms. Flex the foot. Pull the elbows down. And point. And flex. Mobility through the foot and the ankle is wildly important. And let's do 4 more. And 3. Joseph Pilates essentially set up an entire exercise regimen around working from the feet up, because he believed that the feet were the important sort of source of the strength. That's why it was really intentional that we often started our workouts with footwork on the reformer. Okay, now come up about halfway. Straighten the right arm. Let the foot sickle to the left as you pull your left elbow down. Come back to the center. Straighten the left arm. Pull the right elbow down. The foot goes off to the right. And then keep going there. Right and left. And right. And left. 1 more each way. Yes. Come back to the center. And put your left foot in as well. Bend your knees out to the sides and let your feet come into kind of a prayer foot position, so the soles of the feet are together. Walk your hands all the way up, whatever that means for you. If you can get to the feet, great. Hold on to your straps. Pull the feet towards your belly button, and then just gently use your arms to rock right and left to give the pelvis and the inner thighs a bit of a stretch here. I'm just slowly going right and left. I'm using my arms a little bit more, I think, or maybe my legs and my arms are working together as a team. One more each way. And then come back to the center, and then you can let the legs go out nice and straight, okay? So this is going to be kind of fun. We're going to use the resistance of the band to try and rock up a little bit. So we'll do this nice and slow. You're going to start to, I have quite a bit of resistance between my feet and my hands here, and I'm going to practice making the feet go forward as I bring my chin in toward my chest, okay? So the weight of my legs and the strap here are helping me to start this motion. Come back in, put your head down. It's going to take a few times for us to rock up. Chin to your throat. And then come back. I'm going to try this one more time. And now this next time, I'm going to come all the way up to sit. And the weight of the legs and the strap is really going to help. That was exciting. I hope you liked it. Okay, we're going to spine stretch forward. Maybe you want to give your hands a little bit of a jazz hand situation, just to open and close, and then we'll come back. Okay, so feet, they're going to go nice and wide. Let's say wider than your shoulders, and you're going to sit up nice and tall. If it's difficult to sit up tall because your hamstrings are tight, soften your knees and then try again, okay? So I'm going to walk my hands in a little bit closer. And at first I'm going to just practice sitting tall and rowing the elbows back. I've got my feet pressing out east and west into the band just a little bit. Extend, feet are still pressing out. Elbows back. 8 more. And 7. And 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. One more time. And then extend the arms, and this is where we're going to do a stretch through the spine. You're going to start to bring your head forward and the elbows back. Woo, big stretch. Take a breath. And then slowly come up and sit tall. Let's do this 2 more times. Elbows back, forehead forward. Try and pull your shoulders away from your ears. Come all the way up. One more time. And then come all the way back down, okay? You're going to just release this for a second, open and close. We're going to go back basically to where we just were, except for one leg at a time. So I'm going to isolate just the left leg and keep the right leg out. So I'm just going to bring this band right around the left foot, and then I'm going to walk my hands forward. Keep the right leg down, okay? So we're going to try and pull the elbows back towards the ribs again, and extend this leg and bend, come back down. Extend and bend. One more time. Extend and bend. Now extend the leg and hold. Press down through the right leg and keep the left leg as long as you can. Keep the left leg where it is. Slowly straighten your arms and start to bring your upper body away from the leg, and then slowly come back again. Keep the left leg where it is in space. Extend the arms, letting your upper body come away from the leg, and then pull the elbows towards the ribs as you bring your forehead towards your shin. One more time. This is almost like doing tree on the reformer. And then pull back in towards the leg. Hold here. Walk your hands a little bit further up. And pull the leg up and bring the forehead towards the leg into the deepest stretch you can find. And then bend the knee and put the leg down. Do you guys remember tree on the reformer? It's when you're sitting on the box on top of the reformer. Okay, and you isolate one leg at a time. Okay, so now I have the right foot in the strap. Wiggle your hands if you need to. And I'm going to start with my hands kind of close to the foot. Leg will come up. Chest lifts. Extend this leg. 1, 2, 3. Now extend the leg and hold. If you need to keep a soft knee, that's fine. Keep the leg where it is. Let the upper body come away. I want you to continue to use your abdominals here and then come back up. Bend the elbows and bring your forehead towards your shin. And then extend out. Push the leg forward as you let your head go back. Pull the elbows down. Bring the forehead towards the shin. One more time. Breathe. Inhale. Push that leg forward. Extend the arms. Belly button is in as you come forward. Bring the forehead towards the shin. Walk your hands further up and get a deeper stretch here. Take a nice deep breath. And then bring the leg down. And let's say goodbye to that band for just a second. Open and close your hands. Maybe a good little like that. Okay, let's grab the ball again. And now we're going to come onto the hands and knees. Ball is going to come right in between the thighs. Again, just above the knees. All right, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we're going to curl the toes forward. Okay, so this is just another stretch. This stretch with your toes forward, leaning your hips back, is also one that will increase mobility in the feet. The feet get really tight. If you can, ooh, this is terrible for me. Let's just take 3 deep breaths here. Relax your shoulders, Stacy. 2 more. 1 more. And then come all the way down, okay? Uncurl the toes, yes. Round the spine. Arch the back. And round. And arch. 1 more each way. And arch. Come back central. Curl the toes forward again. Press down through the toes and the palms. Squeeze the ball. Knees come up. Hold here for 6, 5, 4. See if you could aim your elbows for the wall behind you. 2, 1, and then lower all the way down. Stay here for a second. Bring your right hand slightly right of center and bring the left arm out to the side. Try and plug that left shoulder in. Lift your chest away from the floor. Hold here. Push the floor away. Lengthen the spine. And then switch hands. Left arm down. Right arm out. 2 things. Can you aim your left elbow for the wall behind you? And can you lift your chest away from the floor? Both arms are straight. And then come back. Both arms come right back where they started. Hands under shoulders. Curl your toes forward. We're going to do another knee lift. You're going to squeeze the ball. Exhale, come up. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come all the way down. Bring your right hand slightly right of center again. Bring this left arm out to the side. Plug your shoulders in, lift your chest away from the floor. This one's a little different. Curl your fingers in and stick out your thumb like a thumbs up position. Aim your thumb up to the ceiling. And then aim your thumb down to the floor. Thumb up to the ceiling. And then down to the floor. One more time. Thumb up and down. Return down with the left arm. Bring the right arm out to the side. Curl your fingers in and make a thumbs up position. Aim your thumb towards the ceiling and the floor. And the ceiling and the floor. One more each way. And down. And then return to start. Hands under shoulders. One more time, curl your toes forward. Exhale, squeeze the ball, lift the knees. Hold here, 10, keep breathing. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come all the way down. Uncurl your toes, sit back towards your heels, and let your arms slide forward. One more deep breath here. And then come back in. Okay, take the ball out. We're going to come back onto our side. We're going to come onto our side for the first time today. I'm just going to rest my head on my arm. And if you need anything else under your head, grab that now. The knees will be bent straight out from the hips. And then the ball is going to come behind the top knee. This series, those of you with tight legs and tight hamstrings, this series can really cause a cramp in the hamstring. And so if that's you, please don't push through that awful, awful feeling. Just do the exercises without the ball, okay? So you're just going to squeeze the ball a little bit as long as it's feeling okay. Straighten out your spine. Hand can come right in towards the ribs. And the top leg is going to come forward and back. So the work is in keeping the ball where it is, number one. And then keeping the upper body nice and still. So I'm not rocking forward and back. Another place you can keep your hand maybe is like right on your belly or somewhere else. So you're just focused on staying really still through the upper body as you move the leg forward and back. And we're going to do 4 more here. 4. And back. And 3. And back. And 2. Back. 1 more. Hold there. Little pulse back. It's almost back and up at the same time. Reach the leg back as you lift the knee up. There it is. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Take the ball out. Straighten the leg and lower it down. Don't let the ball roll away. We're going to come back to that ball. Leg is now straight. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. You should be feeling the back of the leg as much as you feel the side of your thigh. So when you lift the leg, almost energetically reach it back a little bit. Last 4. And 3. And 2. One more. Hold at the top. Flex your foot. Little pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. And come all the way down. That was exciting. Okay, so we did forward and back, up and down, and little pulses. So now I want you to prop yourself up. Grab your ball, and you're going to put the ball underneath your rib cage, kind of close to the armpit-ish. You can kind of see where mine is underneath my chest. Okay, so the bottom arm, we're going to just keep it nice and long for now. Top hand, I'm going to come here for now, like a salute position. You're going to kind of side crunch, left elbow coming towards the left hip, and then come all the way down, head to arm. And down. Okay, so there's a few options here. Try not to overuse your bottom arm. Use the energy of curling up to the side more than pushing yourself up. You can also bring your arm straight ahead, which takes that arm out of the picture. That makes it different. You can also bring your hand behind your head. We're going to do 4 more. I like the hand behind the head version here because I can pull my head back into my hand. Ooh, 2 more. 1 more time. Bring the arm back where you started, the bottom arm, and then bring the top arm out to meet it, and this is just a stretch. Hold here, relax the head, take a nice deep breath. One more. And then bring the top hand back in front of you onto the ground, and then push yourself up. Let's do the other side. Let's do the other side. Come onto your left side and bring your top leg, give the ball to the top leg. And again, if the ball just causes a cramp, even on this side, just leave it out. You can do the same exercise without it. Straighten out your upper body a bit. I like to just rest my hands right in front, and then top leg, forward and back. You may find that there's one side that's a lot harder to keep still, and that's good to notice. Try and move yourself around to increase stability on that side. Breathe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Bring it back and hold. A little bit of a pulse here. Lift the leg, bringing it up and slightly back at the same time. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach back, grab the ball, and bring the leg straight out. Okay? You can just keep the ball there for a minute. Leg up and down. Okay, so I don't want you just feeling the side of your thigh. When you lift up, I want you to try and find the tush. Find your side butt. 4, 5, and 4, and 3 and 2. One more time. Lift and hold. Little pulse here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, and come all the way down. Prop yourself up on the ball on this side, right underneath the rib cage-ish. And you can continue to experiment what's supposed to happen with this bottom arm. Everyone's a little different. I'm going to leave it that way for now. I'll start with the salute position like I did on the other side. And curl up like you want to bring your elbow towards your left hip. And then down. Yeah, so try not to overuse the bottom arm. I really do prefer hand behind the head, so you can really support the head along the way. Oh geez, and I'm going to bring this bottom arm forward again. So then I get more range of motion. 5 more. And 4. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Now bring the bottom arm back, bring your head down, and extend the top arm as well. This is just a stretch. Try and relax the neck and take a couple of deep breaths here. And one more. Okay, so I think the ball is pretty much in a good place for us to do this, like probably really awkward maneuver of just roll onto the ball so it's behind you under your middle back / maybe upper back, or like in between the shoulder blades. Support your head. And now we're going to come back towards the floor and up again. Five more. Use your eyes to notice how much mobility you're getting. So look behind you as you go back, and then look right down at your pelvis as you come up. 3 more. Two more. Last one. And then if it feels good for you to go all the way back and put your head down and bring your arms out, here is your opportunity. If this is not your jam, you can just take the ball out and lie flat with your arms wide for a couple of deep breaths. And one more here. Okay, roll to the side and take the ball out, and then just put it to the side. And then you can keep your knees to the side and bring your arms really wide and do this twisty stretch here. Eyes in one direction and knees in the other. Three deep breaths here. And then come through the center when you're done and bring your knees over to the other side. Okay, we're going to roll to the side and come onto the hands and knees one more time. Hands and knees, you don't need any props for this. I'm going to bring my hands forward into a modified plank position. Okay, so my knees are down. And we're going to do 6 wide elbow push-ups, starting with a nice long spine, deep breath, and push down through your fingers and your whole palm. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then come up for a moment onto your knees. Try and get your knees right underneath your pelvis and try and lift your belly and drop your tail down. It should almost feel like a little bit of a tuck of the pelvis. Keep your right leg where it is. Bring your left leg forward. When you bring your left leg forward, make sure your feet are as wide as your hips, or your knee and your foot are as wide as your hips. Find that little bit of a tuck again to lengthen out through the muscles in the front of the right hip, and bring your arms up. Continue to press your left hip forward and drop the tail and lift your belly. Take a nice deep breath here. And then bring the arms down and bring your arms wide. Twist left. Come back to center. Twist right. And come back to center. Arms come down. Let's switch the legs. Left leg down. Use padding under your knee if you need it. Feet are as wide as your hips. Tail down, belly in. It's like almost you feel like you're trying to tuck your pelvis. That's really not what you're doing. But I want you to stretch your left hip flexor. Just a gentle lean forward with the hips. And then the arms can come up. And then bring the arms down and out to the sides. Twist right. And center. And left. And center. And bring the arms down. Bring the knee back down. And we're going to do one more set of just 6 wide elbow push-ups. Excuse me. I'm going to keep my knees down. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, I'm going to come into a down dog before I come up to stand. One more deep breath. And you can make your way into a forward fold here. Relax your head. With your exhale, make your head a little bit heavier. You can hold onto your elbows here if you'd like. When you're ready, let your arms hang. Bend your knees. Drive the feet downward and slowly rebuild. And come all the way up. When you come up to stand, arms can come up. You can hook your thumbs. Reach, drop your chin just a little bit. And side. And side. One more each way. And other side. Come back center. Unhook your thumbs. Inhale, reach up. And then push down through your feet. As your arms come down, the crown of the head reaches up. We did it, you guys. Have a beautiful day. Be good to yourselves. Drink water.